Welcome, Aquarius. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your Love Gems reading. I'm titling these now Better Love because this is about improving the way that we assert ourselves passionately, the way we show up in relationships, and the way that we are motivated by our drive coming from the heart, ideally. So this is a general reading. It's not going to be relevant or resonant to all of you. If you're interested in a personal reading, information for that is in the description box below. Thank you for being here. I understand that your presence is what allows me to do what I do, and I'm grateful to you for that. So let's get started, Aquarius, with the Oracle card showing up for you is the Balance card. The Balance card is clearly about some kind of justice for you from a relationship that is moving into greater balance. That can mean a relationship that is evolving, that is refreshing or renewing. It can also be a healthy closure to a relationship where things perhaps that have been held back are now being spoken, and with less regard for the impact on the other person. This feels like it's about truth telling in a relationship, a confrontation, or an engagement, a conversation with a significant partner. This can certainly be relevant to your work, your projects, your effort in the world, so that there may be a way that you are able to close out a relationship with a former boss where you are stepping up into a position of equality, and where there is some quality or project or idea that you had vetted in the past that was dismissed or overlooked, that you're now moving forward and moving to their level on the basis of this new idea, this new approach, this innovation that you are forwarding on behalf of this community, this organization, this project. So this feels very much like a balancing, but there's a strong sense that you are stating your case honestly, with more awareness about what investment has already been made in this relationship and what may have been overlooked or underserved. And so you are claiming your space in this relationship or in this position at a job. The Hermit card is you showing up as you're standing on your own authority, your own truth, to be who you actually are, without dressing up, without masking, without appearing to be subservient to others, without simply complying to the job you've been assigned. You're now in a position of understanding that your real place, your real position, your real job is to speak to those things that you see, understanding that these are things others don't see. If this is a personal relationship where you are standing on that same authority to be who you are again no longer hiding your truth, no longer going along to get along. And because of your unique characteristics and spiritual intuitive insight, you've often felt marginal, felt outside the norm, and have protected that sense of inadequacy by just getting along with others who seem to be more in the mainstream of things. This can be a reflection of a partnership that you're releasing or one that you are renewing on a more straightforward position, from a place of really claiming and naming what you want and who you are, without the desperation of receiving that back from this individual, because now you already accept yourself. You're already welcoming of who you are, loving and respecting who you are and what you can do. And what is approaching you is the Nine of Cups. This is incredible vindication of this process of self-healing, self-loving that you have been doing through what may have appeared to be external obstacles, blocks to success, to your being able to articulate or voice your concerns or your ideas. You actually are in a place now where all of the struggles to be in this place of your authority has been worth every step. It's been worth all of the challenges. There is this ultimate satisfaction that you really finally understand how to be good to yourself, how to support yourself, how to align yourself with the things that can support you, that do see you, that do value you. And this is a beautiful sense of completeness, wholeness within yourself, satisfaction in taking the steps necessary to find your joy, to tap into that pleasure, that sense of well-being, that holistic sense of being present in your power. I'm going to pull a couple of romance cards from romance decks just to lighten up the mood a little bit. And from the spiritual intuitive, I have pulled trickery, fraud, unjustifiable, motives trying to control you, manipulator, fake, pretending. This actually feels to me like the seed that has prompted your assertiveness, your honesty, your authority in this particular situation, whether it be a relationship or a job. This feels like you became aware, if you weren't already aware, that someone was not being honest with you. You were being used, you were being manipulated. This could have been the way in which you were making someone else successful, the way someone may have been stealing your intellectual property, taking your ideas and not giving you credit for it. This can also be the way in which you complied with what you knew to be a fraud, with what you knew to be deception, because you wanted to uh, get along. You wanted the skill, the experience, the exposure, the contact that you gain from this. And this can also be relevant to a more romantic or an emotional relationship where you may have sensed that the other person was not being honest with you. Didn't mean that they weren't capable of loving you or that you didn't love them. But this ability to actually stand up and be honest and claim who you are over and against this sense of deception that you may have been willingly participating in for your own ends is part of what I'm picking up here. I'm going to pull another card from the romance deck called Confessions of a Soulmate. And this one, I pulled the Learning card. And it reads, "You are unique and special, and I've never met anyone like you before. You've opened me up to things I never knew were possible. I'm so strong because of the power of our love. You've opened my heart to the truths, and I'm very grateful for all the lessons that we are both learning now." Interesting. So this feels to me like an emotional connection, uh, or the emotional dimension of a professional relationship, for instance. Someone admitting that you are capable of taking them, the team, others to places previously unimagined. This is a skill because of your magnificent intuition. You're able to be open to and gather information from a number of spheres that are not obvious or visible to many others. So, this idea that you too have learned from uh, what lessons, what traits you expose this person to was part of your learning, that you could stand in your uniqueness, your special gifts, your um, natural outlier status, your maverick approach. These are all qualities that are being admired now, and you're embracing them, accepting them as unique to what you have to offer. And what I pulled was, I sabotaged this connection and I regret it. This is from the love messages, no communication. So this feels like another possible dimension to a relationship that is finding a sense of closure. And if that means a complete separation, or if it means a releasing of what was in the past in order to clear the decks for something that can exist, can begin to grow now. This is important in your opportunity to enjoy all the lessons, not just academic, intellectual ideas, but the emotional lessons you've gained from moving through this gauntlet to finally establish yourself as the author of your ideas and the motivator of a new project, a new idea, a new innovation. And the intense emotional journey you've traveled to love who you are. Thank you so much, Aquarius, for this reading. If you found this resonant at all, please like this video, share it with others, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. Until next time, namaste.